You know, I always try to promote good financial practices. So when it comes to tech, I always try to advocate for the more affordable options that are out there. Specifically, in this case, I am talking about getting an iPhone 15 over a 15 Pro. And before I had this phone, I upgraded from using a 13 mini. I loved this phone. This is still my favorite form factor and my favorite phone. The only problem was the RAM ended up not being enough when it came to taking photos and videos of my newborn son last year. Every time I'd go take a photo, it started lagging or it would delay, and then I missed the moment. Frustrating, and it's besides the point. That has nothing to do with this video, but that's the reason why I upgraded. And before the 13 mini, I had a 12 mini. And before the 12 mini, I had an 11 Pro. And that was my last Pro device. We are now less than a month away before the new iPhones come out, the iPhone 16 and 16 Pro series. And this makes me feel like a hypocrite trying to promote good financial practices. When I got this phone, I bought this with the intent of holding on to this for at least 2 to 3 years, the same way I did the 13 mini, and mainly because it came with a USB-C. Finally, that's all I ever wanted. The camera system is the exact same 48 megapixels as the 15 Pro, so I was like, I don't need that. I don't film and log. None of that stuff matters to me. The only 3 things I ever cared about when it came to a smartphone is a good camera, good power efficiency, battery health, stuff of that nature, and a comfortable form factor. I don't like those big, bulky, heavy. The 14 Pro Max was the heaviest phone ever, or maybe it was the 13 Pro Max, but one of the those were the heaviest phones ever, and they know that, so I went to titanium. But I like comfortability, the form of it holding in your hand, which is why I love the Mini. And I like, a decent battery. Like, who doesn't want a good battery and good performance out of their phone? And at the core of all of it, really, what I look for that differentiates between any other phone I could be using is a good camera system. So even though all that is still true, the problem is right now the 15 Pro and 15 Pro Max are the only phones that get all the unlocked software. Talking about Apple Intelligence here, and any other phone that had came out since that still support iOS 18 doesn't count, won't get it. I don't care about Apple Intelligence for the sake of having generative stuff or any of these other gimmicky things. That part means nothing to me. But what I do care about is having a quicker access point to access Siri. Specifically, my form of communicating with any virtual assistant is typing. I don't want to talk. I don't want to be in a public place saying, hey, can you do... I don't want to do that. I like the idea of just typing really quickly, and I love the idea of accessing Siri at a system level, wherever you are at within your phone, and a prompt can come up and you can just start typing. And I am running the latest beta right now for iOS 18 on this thing, and guess what? I got none of those features now. And also, there's something icky about being so obviously software locked out of something just for the sake of software locking. How is it that a 4-year-old device with no fan, no nothing, talking about the M1 MacBook Air, how is it that that device can get all the new Siri features and all the same system interactions and support, but a phone that's not even a year old, not even 11 months old, that this thing with all its computational photography and all these other little things that we are now calling AI, this thing can't just have a text prompt come up for Siri? This is forcing my hand. I now feel like I have to upgrade to a 16 Pro, or hopefully, God willing, I can get a 16 base model just to not be software locked. That's mind-blowing to me. I've never had this happen to me. This is a first for iPhones, not even a year apart now, and I don't like this, not one bit. I want to promote practicing good buying habits, but at the same time, I don't want to be a hypocrite and say that I don't see myself now upgrading because I'm feeling forced to, because I don't want to be software locked. I'm sure you guys don't want to be software locked. So really, I want to pass the question off to you guys, because I don't know if I'm alone in this headspace or not. I don't know if I feel alone, but really, this question is directed towards anybody who has a base iPhone 15 or 15 Plus. Let's take it even further. A 15 and a 15 Plus on paper is the exact same specs and chip that would be on the 14 Pro and 14 Pro Max. And none of those 4 phones, at the soonest, is not going to get any of these Apple Intelligent features. Do you feel how I feel about this? Because right now, I feel like we were cheated.